My name is Couchcoop, and here is the tweet to Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox Software. It reads, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag. Hopefully they sent the same tweet to Nintendo. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher. Now that last paragraph is interesting. We're going to look at that. Here's Randy's genius response. Not my call, peasant scum. Doesn't say that. But if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis at $80 in 1991 when I was just at high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. Randy made that shit happen. It has kind of blown up a bit. It is looked upon as a bit of a foot in mouth moment, particularly for a CEO of a company of that magnitude. That game, released in 1986, finally got a Genesis platform port in 1991. I was playing a lot of Spectrum games back then, and I was paying about £10 for them, £15 maximum, but they were on cassette, they weren't cartridge. So I'm a little bit blurry on whether that's a load of BS or not. I doubt it is if Randy whacked it in a tweet. It does seem like video games, particularly AAA ones, are hiking price in general. Doom: The Dark Ages retails at £70, which people were saying was pretty steep already. What is $80 in British sterling? Hang on, £59, that's 60 quid. That isn't massively extortionate, to be fair. But I don't want you thinking I'm shilling for expensive games. I'll give you a little bit of backstory. I used to have a lot more disposable income, particularly for this channel and AAA video games. In the last couple of years, that has vastly changed, and I barely have budget to get the bigger new name titles. It's massively affected the channel. I don't get the big releases on there in time, and I don't get codes. The whole thing is a nightmare for me. I will have to go off and earn some money at some point. Don't worry, subscribers, I will give you a heads up. I need a PlayStation 5 Pro, I need PSVR 2. Being a gaming YouTuber is damned expensive, particularly when your channel is crap. It's not, that's a bit harsh. Mediocre. I'm also hugely biased with Borderlands. It is a massive pillar for this channel, full stop. The third one has raked me in so much engagement, and playing the split screen, it being AAA and it being a half decent loot shooter, means that it's kind of kept that genre alive, particularly on the AAA front. 98% of video games, particularly AAA ones that release nowadays, just don't have any local co-op or split screen. It's kind of just the drive-in games. Call of Duty has even sort of pulled a lot of its commitment in that direction and removed some of its 4-3-player aspects, but I have not seen anything about Borderlands 4 not having a 4-player split and 100% local co-op confirmed. So I'm over the moon and just really happy. A, it's releasing pretty soon, and B, that we have split screen 125% confirmed. Should Randy be tweeting randoms, stuff like that, ahead of a video game launch? No, is my answer to that. He just should stay quiet. There's just no need to rock the boat at that stage, and I imagine his marketing people, his PR team, just got their heads in their hands when they realised that he just waltzed out and replied to someone like that. And of course he got picked up by everybody else, and it's all over the internet. The guy is used to controversy. It's been going on for nearly 2 decades. That film was a friggin' embarrassment. Bobby Lee, what are you doing? I think they lost loads of money on it, to be fair. And then there's the conversation about money and the budget for Borderlands 4. Apparently it's costing near on double to produce what Borderlands 3 did. Borderlands 3 retailed on launch at $60, which is really only about £45. But that was freaking years ago. And also, back to Randy's tweet about what you paid for that Starflight game, I'm not sure how that works in line with inflation. I don't know how a video game from 1991 can cost the same amount of money for a AAA video game in 2025. And I started thinking it must be a Japanese import or something like that. I don't know. Limited edition. Help me out on that one. Did games cost that on Genesis in 1991? And did you see Randy working at that ice cream store? Because that would have been frickin' hilarious. The other really strange thing is the not my call. Randy mentions a real fan would make that happen, and a lot of my retort on social media is a real CEO would have control of their own pricing. However, it is 2K as the publisher, right? The same people that do GTA, they're freaking huge. They're one of the industry's largest, and they are skullduggery ridden. They've got quite a checkered past, to say the least. So in hindsight, it wouldn't surprise me if Randy's under some sort of budgetary cosh from them. They may even outrank him because they're the people that take that product to market, full stop. The publisher-developer relationship, particularly ones that are either in-house or external, is fascinating to me. The rules seem to constantly change. I think they all sign their own contractual agreements, and none of them are identical. That's why we see so much change with games releasing over on Microsoft that we all thought were Sony exclusives, and exclusivity dates pass by us without us knowing because we're not aware of what that contractual arrangement was. I'm boring myself even talking about this, but I do generally think that that might well be out of Randy's hands. It wouldn't surprise me. The people I feel sorry for are the individuals who worked really hard to make sure this game's launch is going to be flawless without controversy, and the one person they probably thought wouldn't mess all of that up would be their own CEO, but never underestimate the scope of Randy's idiocy. I am sort of trying to put myself in the shoes of the single player who just wants Borderlands for that, cool story, adventure, characters, all that amazing loot, and doesn't really want to indulge in local co-op or doesn't run a channel that has a focus in that area. I would be a little bit miffed at that price tag. I think it should be around 70, similar to Doom or anything else coming out, and we all need to remember that we've got GTA 6 wielding the $100 price tag around. AAA may mean triple digits. My name was Couch Coop. Please give me your feedback. I'll see you down there.